Hey, how's it going, everybody? Dr. Goat here once again, and today, along with my mess in the background, it's a mess all over here, we are back with the 3D printed build, part 2 of the 3D printed build, and today I've got a few things I'm hoping to get on here that will ideally leave us just about ready to go besides drive shafts. Let's hop into it. Alright guys, here's part of my mess. Trying not to show you everything, but here is essentially where we left off. Besides that, now you see these steering links. Fun fact, these steering links are what have been kind of holding me up here. Yeah. Honestly didn't know what to do. Looked up how to make your own links. And these are my own links that I've made. I had these, whatever you want to call them, little pivot ball ends with the pivot pieces, these red pieces there. Had those laying around from one of the other builds anyways. And yeah. Watched Money Pit RC's video on making your own links, and by golly, I had quite a bit of issue trying to make them. Yeah, and then these bolts here, these black bolts, that guy and that guy, these are actually M2. And typically on these SCX24s, you have 1.4 millimeter screws, but these nice 3D printed knuckles here, the holes there were either a bit lobbed out from my printer just not being super precise, or they were designed a little bit bigger. So I had to, on 3 of these pivot balls, put them in a vise, use my tiny little fancy new drill thing, and drill those out. So these links may not look like much, but by golly, they were a lot of work. And it honestly looks like this for the servo horn is going to be too long. So I'm probably going to have to take that back off there, snip some of the threads off, grind some of that down. Yeah. Like I said, that has been a flipping pain, but I've kind of figured it out now. So ideally, I've got a bunch of brass rod that I can use for links in the future, or even this if I really want some more weight. But anyways, enough rambling about that for the moment. These are not what I'm going to have on here. I am going to end up putting these wheels on here, but these tires are J-Concept ruptures, which, good golly, brother, I've never spent that much money on some tires before, but people say they're worth it. But, okay, here, you've seen it before if you've watched some of my videos, just the cheap Amazon receiver for the FlySky radio. Probably not going to be messing with that today because you need to solder it. I've gotten fairly decent at doing that, but I'm not too concerned with it, with not having drive shafts. But we have got another PTK servo. I just figured I'd go with something fairly cheap for this, but still seems to be decent. That's what I got on that $150 budget build. And then behind these, Endura brushless ESC and motor. Boom. I've already bolted this up. Basically, this is the Endura metal transmission, bolted up to a 3D printed, what do you call it, motor mount. The only reason I did this is because the motor mount that came with this Purple Viper motor, that's what that is, in case you weren't aware. The only reason I did this is because I tried setting this up in here Obviously, I would love to have the motor forward facing, but regardless of with this mount or the other mount, it just doesn't fit all that well. So my plan is right now, well, and I printed this off because with that other mount, mounting it backwards like this, it was sitting low enough that it was hitting on this tray, which again, I could have cut out some of the tray, but anyways, micro brushless ESC. Not sure yet if I'm going to mount it like that or just like that and back a little bit, but I'm going to do that. And then, yeah, again, battery will be mounted on one side, receiver on the other, and boom. So, what I'm going to work on first is I will probably just bolt up this motor and transmission. Just, it's on there. You can see it on there. Coolio. After that, we'll do the servo. That way, then I can see it on here. I can see what exactly I need to do with this link, and hopefully get that sized right and get it attached to the servo. And then, yeah, we'll just get some of our 3M dual lock and position that on there. A lot of talking for a little bit of stuff here, but yeah. Okay, literally a minute later, and we've got the motor and transmission mounted. Let's see, we do with this mount have decent little bit of clearance, so that's beautiful. Okay, so like I talked in the first video, that servo is just pointing right down. Not a big fan of that. But so I may have to once again try to trim on the servo mount to actually mount it in front there instead of back. One thing I did notice though is, yeah, it's super duper long here on that top link. So I'm probably gonna go and just chop off all the way back here at the back of the threads and restart my threads over. Or at least close to that. I don't know. All right, here we are. Believe it or not, I trimmed and rethreaded that, or retapped, redye, whatever die. It's a die, yes. So yeah, remade the thread. Good golly, see, this is why I'm cutting the video off here for the night. But yeah, did that twice, and it's still a little longer than I'd like, but I think I'm gonna run with it. And this is where I'm at. I have not actually, yeah, screwed that in because I want to have power hooked up and let this thing center before I do that. Well, 'tis the next day, and we've made some improvements. I'm gonna start this out by saying, yes, clearly I need to do something with the wiring, but also that is the one thing I cannot stand about this brushless ESC from Injora. It's just, let me show you the whole reason that this drives me nuts, because my Forerunner is the same way, because I have a Fat Viper from Injora on it instead of this purple Viper, little guy. But it has the same ESC, but good golly. Take a look at this. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, still a little bit of wire wrapped around there, but dude, that to that. And yes, if I was real good at managing cables and that, it could probably be a lot better. But like I say, it's just, it's so easy, so much easier to clean up this, having just a few wires running around, than it is to deal with that. But regardless, let me explain to you what's happened here today, okay? As you can see, ESC is mounted. I'm sitting here just playing with the suspension and whatnot. But ESC is mounted, just some 3M dual lock. Sits probably a little higher than it needs to. I'm gonna have to make sure we're not rubbing on the motor. I soldered and mounted that Amazon receiver. Got a little mounting point for the battery. We are all wired up. And then this, if you'll notice, we are no longer leaning way forward. And that's because I did exactly what I said I was going to do, which is probably hard to see here. And as you can kind of see, there's a little circle up here in front of that right link there. That's actually the ear of the axle housing, which the bolt is not actually through. It's a little wonky there, but whatever. I can literally 3D print another freaking axle housing if I need to. So that's why I wasn't too worried about it. But basically, right in front of the links, right where those ears are, I took my Dremel with the little cutoff wheel and just, you like my sound effects? Yeah. Just cut down, shave that a little bit to try to fit the ear in there. And like I say, the screws apparently didn't go through perfectly, but I was then able to mount the servo mount in front of those ears there, which in turn set the servo how I want it instead of pointing way down. So, that just sounded funny. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up like breaking these 3D printed links fairly quickly, fairly easily. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, got that. And we are hooked up. I did not trim this top steering link anymore. You can see we're just kind of sitting at an angle. I will say the servo horn, if you can tell, has been snipped. I had to snip 2 of the mounting holes off because they stuck so far down that it was ridiculous. But anyways, let me show you that we're actually working. And I did order drive shafts from 24 Yep's website because he has C-bolt length drive shafts, since we're C10 on the front and deadbolt in the rear. But you'll see here, both ways. Beautiful. So that's going to be it for this video. Literally now it is wait for the drive shafts, get those installed, and get the body mounted, right? I think that's literally it. And we'll be up and running. So, anyways, I'm sorry I ramble way too much on some of these videos, but thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below if you have any suggestions or any questions on this. And as always, Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.